It's so good to see you again. Welcome back for our sixth mini lesson on growth mindset. So, as always, let's start with a little review. Do you remember what a fixed mindset is and what a growth mindset is? Go ahead and pause this video to chat with your class about that. Okay, nice job. So, if you recall correctly, a fixed mindset is not believing in ourselves. It leaves us thinking that even if we practice, we can't get better. And so we don't try, we give up right away. Whereas a growth mindset means that we believe in the power of our brains. We know how strong it is, and we know that the more we practice, the more we try, the better we'll get. And it won't always be easy, but it will help us improve. So, in these lessons so far, we have worked on strengthening our individual brains and working on our own growth mindset. We have also worked together as a class to talk about how we can show growth mindset to others and how we can practice it together. But today, we are going to take a look at some of our favorite books and movies and really look closer at the characters within them and see, do they have a growth mindset? Or maybe they have a fixed mindset. Maybe these characters even have a fixed mindset that changes to a growth mindset. So I'm going to show you a little mini book review that I created with one of my favorite characters to see all of the ways that this growth mindset work is happening in a book. So this is my little book review here, and you all will get the chance to do this in just a moment. So I chose the book We're All Wonders by R.J. Palacio. And the book is about a boy named Augie who looks different than other kids, but inside he feels the same and he does the same things, but he doesn't feel like he belongs and his feelings are hurt and he doesn't really know how to integrate into his school community. And so it's all about him practicing his growth mindset and finding where he belongs and his own friends too. My favorite part of the book is when Augie takes a trip to space with his dog, Daisy. And Augie was my favorite character too, because I got to learn a lot about him. This is my picture of him. And I thought that Augie had a growth mindset. He had a really good perspective. Augie was brave, he was confident, and he didn't give up. So even though he had hard days or some kids were mean to him, he always kept trying to make sure that everyone saw that there's something wonderful about every human, even himself. And so I gave this book 5 stars. And I think the next book that I'm going to read is called Drum Dream Girl: How One Girl's Courage Changed Music by M. Engel. So that's an example of mine. And now you're going to get a chance to create your own mini book review. So make sure you listen to the directions from your teacher on which book to do. Maybe you're choosing your own books, or maybe you're all going to work on the same book. Maybe it's one that you read in class. And you'll get some pieces of paper and you can start filling out all of the same questions that I did. So go ahead and enjoy that now. Okay, so before you finish wrapping all this up, I want to make sure you take time to share your creation of your own mini book review with either a partner or your entire class. So go ahead and take time for that now. And finally, we have a weekly challenge. So I want you to pay special attention to the characters that you read about in books or that you watch in shows or movies. And I chose 3 questions on this slide for you to really focus in on when you're doing this challenge. So when you're watching or reading, think, do the characters have a growth mindset or do they have a fixed mindset? And when you identify that, think more deeply. How does this character feel? Does having a growth mindset show their bravery? Do they feel more courageous about who they are? Or does having a fixed mindset make them frustrated? And the last question I want you to think about is, how do you see these characters persevere through challenges? How do you see them grow in loving to learn? And how do you see them bounce back from having a really hard experience? And those are things that even we can relate to. We go through these experiences every day too. So I hope you take on this challenge and even share it with the people that you live with at home. Come to school and share what you've noticed. I'm excited to hear all of the things that you are learning with this challenge. See you next time.